So Wakenya wenzangu, Rais William Ruto ametangaza kwamba civil servants ama wafanyakazi wa umma wataongezewa mishahara by 7 to 10%. Na Wakenya tunafurahia sana. Zunguka social media uwaone wakidiscuss ama uende kwa groups, especially hawa civil servants wanafurahi sana kwamba wameongezewa pesa. So wameongezewa mishahara, at least imefunga zile mashimo zilikuwa zimefunguliwa na finance bill. Well, najua nikisema vile nataka kusema, wengi wenu mtasema kwamba Wakenya hawananga asanti, sijui wanataka Ruto wafanye nini. But the truth is, and I will tell you this for a fact, that serikali inajuanga Wakenya ni wajinga, inajuanga itatuguza wapi ndio tunyamaze, ituguze wapi ndio tuongee. They control the media and they know what exactly they want Kenyans to speak about and what they want Kenyans not to speak about. One of the things that they don't want us to speak about is the real issues that affect us, or the real issues that affect the economy. I thought President Ruto was different from other presidents, or his administration was different from other administrations. That this hustler government ndio itakuja kusave Kenyans from the perennial unfair political conmanship. But now I have come to learn that most probably Ruto is still part of that conspiracy. Is still part of that team yenye imekuwa ikikula wananchi, or probably the systems of politics in Kenya and in Africa are set to be that way and they will never change. So the citizens will always look silly. And I want to ask you a simple question. So let's assume that your salary is going to be increased by 10%. Remember, wale wenye civil servants wana earn over 500,000, pay as you earn yako iliongezewa from 30% to 35%. So you are going to give to the government 5% more. So weka 5%, kutoka kwa ile 10% unaongezewa, toa 5%, umebaki na 5%. Uko na 1.5% za housing levy, toa kwa ile 5, umebaki na 3%. Serikali sahi inataka kuongezea NHIF from the normal contribution ya 500 kwa wale unemployed, na wale wako employed I think huwa wanakatwa 1,200, between 1,200 and 1,700 depending on your level of your the level of your salary. So now it is going to be a percentage, itakuwa 2.75%. So 3.5% less 2.75%, you have less than 1%. Less than 1%, kuna other taxes zenye hata sitaki kudiscuss na najua mnazijua. I don't want to mention taxes kama za NSSF, because immediately after the president aliingia, alileta mambo ya NSSF na akakuonyesha vile unafaa kusave. So NSSF ikaacha kuwa 200 ikakuwa 6%. So your 10% yenye utaongezwa leo is over. But the government iliweka hivyo vile imeweka so that that information gets to you today when the finance bill has already passed and when the budget for 2023-2024 ishapita, so that you can stop discussing anything that the government has been doing in the past. So tuanze kudiscuss this increment. Civil servants with blinded eyes tunaanza kudiscuss na kuongea vile tumeongezwa mshahara. And I have no problem with anyone being added any shilling. The only problem I have is how the government is being handled. And my problem is not the government of William Ruto. It is about the African governments at large. It is about the presidents wenye tumekuwa nao huko nyuma and wasahi, from Ruto to Uhuru to Kibaki to Moi to Kenyatta, all of them running the government as a business. Because the real problem is not how much Kenyans earn. The real problem is how the government is run. The real problem is not that in the economy ati sijui vitu ziko expensive. The real problem is access to employment. Number 2, the ability to afford the current cost as it is. And lastly, number 3, the conduciveness of business environment in Kenya. Most Kenyans tunajua hivyo, lakini huwa tuongelee hizo issues. The government also inajua kwamba mnajua hivyo, lakini kila wakati wataleta a situation, they will sponsor a certain headlines. Even though the media maybe hawaja conspire na serikali, the government will do something deliberately to make the media to speak about certain issues. Let me give you an example. Moses Kuria juzi amekuwa kitrend kwa sababu ya skando ya mafuta ya kupika. Ikasemekana kwamba kwa hiyo ministry wameiba over 6 billion through tax exemption na the profit they made from that deal ya mafuta. You can watch the story on NTV. But the government, through its brokers and through its bloggers and crooks, they converted the whole story. Moses Kuria akaanza kusema anaingiliwa na NTV, mpaka akaita wale wanahabari wa NTV malaya. So we stopped discussing about the real scandal, tukoongea kuhusu the NTV ni malaya ama si malaya. Moses Kuria haongei vizuri, NTV sijui ilifanya nini. Media ikaanza kuamuka, tukaachana na scandal, and today Moses Kuria is as clean hata kuliko maziwa. That is just but one example of how the government huwa inafanya mambo deliberately to make the media, because they know we get our news from the media, we don't research and we don't find truth, we wait for the media to report to us. So the government does something deliberately so that the media reports certain information and we Kenyans are left discussing that information, whatever the government has decided, and the economy inazidi kusuffer and the people of Kenya wanazidi kusuffer. Not because you don't know the truth or the real problem, your real problem, but because something has been done to manufacture something in your mind and in your brain so that you think in a certain perspective. So follow me everywhere at Kim Explains on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and let us have a candid discussion.